15, 10, 5. He is in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And welcome to this week's show. The Huskers went to West Lafayette, Indiana on Saturday and beat the Purdue Boilermakers 37-27. A lot to like, Coach, in this game from your team's perspective.
Yeah, first and foremost, we got to win. I think our team's growing up. Love the way they're competing the last few weeks. Love their approach to the game, approach to practice, and a lot to build on.
All right, time for this week's Text the Coach a Question segment presented by U.S. Cellular. It comes from Brian in Omaha. He said, Coach, I want to give some love to the walk-ons. They made a big impact in Saturday's victory over Purdue. How do you feel about that aspect of your program?
Well, the walk-on program has been important here for a long time. We kind of tried to get it kick-started again. I knew it was going to be a couple years, maybe three or more years before those guys really started contributing in the way that Nebraska fans are used to seeing it, but the guys showed up on Saturday.
Yeah, sure did. Brian, thanks for the question. Reminder, you can text Coach a question for next week's show. Thanks to our partner, U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Huskers. We're back with first quarter action of the Huskers' victory over Purdue. That's coming up next. Welcome back to the High Bid Husker football show. Nebraska on the road for the second straight week, traveling to West Lafayette, Indiana to take on the Purdue Boilermakers. Purdue wins the toss, takes the football, and a pretty good start by your defense, and then a great start for your special teams.
Yeah, really liked how we started the game defensively and on special teams. A great way to kickstart the thing is to have a 7-point lead, and it all started with defensive stop.
The Boilermakers here line up for the punt. You get a block, Levi Falk with the block, and then Simon Odie tracks it down near the goal line to give you great field position.
Yeah, I wanted to see Odie get a touchdown there. Levi Falk had a big day for us. Both those two kids are walk-ons. We just talked about that. And Levi had some catches for us, some big blocks, and this block punt was a huge play in the game. Just
so big to get something like this early. It energizes the sideline. You cap off just a one-play drive. Dedrick Mills back in there for the first time in about a month. It's 7-0 Huskers with an early lead. Good to have 26 back on the field. It is. We weren't sure about his health going in. He's been close, but he looked great in warm-ups. It's a good thing because we were missing Marvin Scott, so it's great to have Dedrick back. Here's Garrett Nelson getting a sack for you. Had 3 sacks on the day. You put pretty good pressure on them, and now you get a good punt return from Cam Taylor-Britt. Yeah, field position has been a little bit of a thorn in our side, and to start this game, we had the ball in their territory or deep in their territory the first 3 drives, and it led to points, and that can make a huge difference in ball games. And, Coach, this was a heck of an individual effort by Adrian to score. Yeah, seeing this, I kind of knew how his mentality was going into the game. He was determined. He's been determined since we reinserted him in the lineup, and this was a great individual effort. Up 14-0 at this point in time. Back on defense, guy that's playing really well for you is Damian Daniels. He makes a nice play right here. He is. He's become a real power for us in the middle, being physical in there, clogging up the middle for us and making some plays. Great to see DCAP get this one broke up. They had some good wide receivers, and I thought our guys stood up well. And you get another sack, this one from Ben Stilley. So you stop another Purdue drive in the first quarter. You get the ball back. Your offense puts together a nice little drive to get down into scoring position. Yeah, good play here, hitting the check down to Xavier. Good finish. Had a chance to get 6 here, and would have liked to have come away with a 3-touchdown lead, but Connor Culp's been a huge addition for us, and his kicking made a big difference in the game. Good play here by Deontay Williams. Purdue does answer your field goal with one of their own to make it a 17-3 game, and that's the way the first quarter is going to end. So your defense had to defend them 3 or 4 different times in that quarter and only gives up 3 points, so a really good start in this game for all sides for the Huskers. We're back to check out the action from the second quarter. That's coming up next. We are back on the High Bid Husker football show. After one quarter, Nebraska led Purdue 17-3. You have the football to start the second quarter. Man, this is unbelievable protection for Adrian Martinez on this play. Yeah, this is one of my favorite plays of the day. They rushed 3. Our O-line did a great job. Adrian stayed calm in the pocket. Wandale kept working and found a hole, and that was a big third down conversion for us. Not able to push it in any further, but boy, Connor Culp from 49 yards out. So you get those 3 points back and get the lead up to 20-3. Good to see him get some long distance on that one. Now your defense gets back out after it and just did a great job all day of just stopping the running game at Purdue, making them basically a one-dimensional offense all day.
That was key. Yeah, we knew you can't really completely stop them in the passing game. You just got to try to win your share, and I think they ended up with negative rushing yards on the day. Says a lot about the way our defense played. They
did cap off a 65-yard drive to pull to within 20-10, but you come right back down the field, an 8-play, 65-yard drive of your own, and a good mix of run and pass.
Really was. I thought Coach Lubick did a good job designing this and getting it called. Made some big plays. This was a key play. Adrian staying calm and finding Wandale downfield to get it down to the 10. And Wyatt Lever, great blocks on the perimeter by Levi and Austin. And it's good to see the O'Neal kid get in the end zone.
There's another one of those walk-ons scoring for you. His only catch of the day, and he made it count for 6 points. And you're back up now by 17 at 27-10. So back out on defense for the Huskers. And a lot of short throws by Purdue, 2 good wide receivers, but for the most part, you kept them in check in this game, and your defense just really stood up and did a good job on third downs in this game, Coach. Only 3 of 13 conversion for Purdue on third downs.
Yeah, then we struggled with that a little bit, and it was good to see that get better. Kind of our plan going in was keep those guys in front of us and get a lot of hats to the ball and make tackles, so we were going to give up some of those short passes. Guys did a good job defending the ones down the field.
You had a sack to stop one of their drives, but then a couple of messy possessions, I guess is maybe the best way to say for you to close the half, that I know was disappointing that you didn't maybe run the clock out to end the first half.
Well, we were trying to stay aggressive. That drive, they hit us with a blitz. Just wasn't our best executed drive. We got the ball back with a little bit of time and wanted to try see if we can go get points. Thought we had a chance to complete this to a couple guys and to get the drive started. Incompleted on second down, and this can't happen. We got to get that punt off. We got to protect it better. We were in control of that ball game right there, and defense did a good job holding up, but that's a mistake that can't happen.
Yeah, special teams mistake there. Made it a 27-13 halftime score. Huskers up by 2 touchdowns. We're back to check out the second half action of the Huskers win in West Lafayette. That's next. Welcome back to the High Bid Husker Football Show. Nebraska with a 27-13 lead at the half over Purdue. And just like the Iowa City game, you get the ball to start the second half and put together a really impressive drive. What'd you make of this drive to start the third quarter?
Again, love how they came out of the locker room. That last run was executed really well. Everybody got their block. Good, easy completion to Xavier. Hit him on a little tunnel screen here to get the drive going.
You have a 3rd and 1. Adrian does a nice job of just exploding off the right side here for a big pickup to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. This ends up being an 11-play, 75-yard drive, and just love the mix of run and pass. It looked like maybe you were trying to really get that running game going more here in the second half.
Yeah, we were, and we didn't want to be in a hurry with the lead. But this was an important drive for us coming out after half. And again, when we execute offensively, good things happen, have happened all year. And the more clean drives we have, the more points we're going to score.
Adrian goes in untouched on this keeper, and you stretch the lead back to a 3-touchdown lead of 34-13. And then maybe more importantly, the next time Purdue gets the ball, they don't get points. So your defense comes out and gets a stop right after you score to extend the lead.
Yeah, great block by Mills on that last touchdown. Great to see the defense respond. This was 2nd and 1. Put him in a 3rd down, and then ended up getting off the field in 4 downs. And I guess not here, but defense stepped up again. Would love to see our offense after this drive just put the game away. So we got to work on that, being clean on a few more things. But the guys just kept fighting and competing.
Yeah, a holding call right here in this series of downs helped stop that drive. Right here, I know this is disappointing, a mistake at the mesh point.
Yeah, the positive was we didn't have any bad snaps all day. That was a good thing. That drive, I think we got 5 or 6 on 1st down, and then had that play, and then got 9.5 on 3rd down. And again, it's a mistake that we made that cost us a drive and a chance to really put the game away.
Purdue comes back down the field after you punt to them and able to get a play here. Deontay Williams led you in tackles in this game with 12. JoJo had 11. And JoJo was pretty important in this game plan, I would think, with all those short crossing routes that Purdue ran to make sure that those didn't turn into big plays.
Yeah, you really had to have good eyes on defense in this game with all the stuff they throw at you, and the safeties and the outside linebackers were a key part of that. Luke came into the game. I thought he did a really good job. We planned on playing him. We plan on playing him. Stuck with a hot hand with Adrian, but was really impressed with how Luke came in and operated.
Made a good third down throw there to keep that drive alive. So we're through 3 quarters, 34-20. The Huskers have a 2-touchdown lead. We're back with an exciting fourth quarter. That's coming up next. We are back on the High Bid Husker Football Show. 34-20 the score. Huskers with the lead going to the fourth quarter. You've been able to avoid a big play. They get one here on you, and it wasn't from the lack of effort coming up because you had 2 DBs as they throw the ball down the field to David Bell.
Yeah, I think they thought we were in quarters. We did a good job holding our shell. He tried to throw the post over the top of the quarter safety. We rolled to 3, had 2 guys right there. And what I really liked about this is these things can happen, but our team didn't say, oh, no, here we go again. We responded. This was a weird drive with the penalties both ways on this drive, but it's good to see our guys keep fighting, and the 3 points we got on this drive was key.
Yeah, you had a couple holding penalties, and then they get an unnecessary roughness here that keeps this drive alive, and you're able then to kind of, one, take some time off the clock, and more importantly, you got points to get this to a 2-possession game. This was a big moment in this football game.
Yeah, this was a good protection, good throw, good catch by Austin. We'd like to see us stay on our feet and get a touchdown there, but again, important to get points here to make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, you had a penalty as well that backed you up a little bit, an odd call on Austin for a chop block, but you end up getting 3, and Connor Culp was so solid for you on the day. He nails one from 32 yards out, and you go up by 10 at 37-27. Back to some defense here. I was just so impressed with how many hats you had heading to the ball almost all day long.
Yeah, when your eyes are good, you can rally on throws, and we kept our eyes on the quarterback, on the ball. Guys ran to the football all day. Thought Cam Taylor played an outstanding game again against some really good receivers, and he's just a really good athlete.
That was just a tremendous play, leaping back to knock that away. So the two teams trade some drives here inside the last 7 or 8 minutes. You're able to get a few first downs on this drive to whittle that clock down a little bit. And Mills ran hard for you, ended up being the leading rusher for your game. And here's a good 3rd and short pickup again to buy some more time late in this one.
Yeah, we wanted to try to move the ball, get a couple first downs, slow it down, run as much time off as we could. Thought Adrian might have been able to get the first down there. Certainly want Mills to try to stay in bounds here. So those are our mistakes. We need to coach up better. But defense came out and responded, and we were able to take a knee to win it.
Cam Taylor-Britt with another bat away. You're able to stop this Purdue drive on downs and then just able to kneel it out. One of the funnest things in football, those victory formations, and you're able to get to that after this play here by Purdue. And again, that defense held the Boilermakers to -2 yards on the ground. A heck of an effort by the Black Shirts, and the Huskers get their 2nd win of the year, a 37-27 victory over the Purdue Boilermakers. When we come back, we'll have our Hy-Vee sounds of Saturday and some final thoughts from the coach. Again, that's our Hy-Vee sounds of Saturday. Up next for the Huskers, the final game of the regular season. The Minnesota Golden Gophers slated to come here. They've had a couple of weeks off with COVID issues. What do you know about Minnesota?
Well, they got after us last year. They're a good team. You know, they've been on pause here, so we're kind of waiting to hear what's happening in their program. We're going to prepare and get ready, and hopefully we get another chance to play football.
No doubt. It's an 11 a.m. kick at Memorial Stadium. We all love those early kickoff times. That'll do it for this week's show. My thanks to the entire Husker Vision crew and to you for watching. We invite you to join us again here next week for an update on Husker football.